Hey everyone, welcome back. This is my review of Hyperdimension Neptunia, the animation episode 8, entitled The Paradise Island Forbidden, on which Purple will do things to other, or on which people will do things to other people and forget wardrobe malfunction because there might even be some tonguing, and it will be like, oh no, Neptune is so embarrassed. Yeah, this episode is fan service, and I mean the rest of the series has been fan service too, but this episode takes it overboard, like fucking seriously. Alright, let's get to it then. Summary of this episode, let's get it over with, I guess then. So this episode basically starts out with Neptune eating pudding again and Peashy wanting to steal it away, basically 70% of the comedy that was in the previous episode. Neptune ends up saying something to make Peashy cry, or Peashy cry, or whatever her name is. I think it's something like, I hate you when you're like this, or something. So she runs away in tears, and then the others joins Neptune, criticizing her for being so mean to Peashy. Neptune finally admitting that she maybe went a little bit too far. We then cut to a scene with Vert, who is revealing to them a trip to a mysterious island that only adults are allowed to go to. Basically, as Neptune put it, it's going to be a fan service episode. As I said before, as if every episode hasn't been littered with fan service already, but this just takes it way fucking overboard, like seriously. However, when they transform and start flying, Bert announces that they're not going to the island to have fun. Blank explains that yesterday their satellites detected a massive artillery battery set up on R18 Island, so they decided to go and check it out for themselves. Then, of course, Plutia, who's being carried by Bert and Blank, says that she wants to fly herself, which they obviously refuse, much to her disdain. We then get a scene with Uni, Ram, and Ram being pissed that they can't go to R18 Island themselves. And then a scene of Peashy looking for Neptune so that she can apologize to her, brushing off everyone else because she does not want them to know about it, but they can obviously tell though. After that, Bert, Blank, Neptune, Nepgear, Noir, and Plutia arrived at R18 Island, and the first four have to put on skimpy swimsuits. Actually all of them do, but the other two don't get theirs on right away. The reason for this is because R18 Island has a very strict dress code. Either you go in with one of the swimsuits on, or you go in completely nude, with no exceptions being made. When they try to go in, Vert, Blank, Neptune, Nepgear, and Noir are let in easily. However, the computer won't let Blank and Plutia through because of their breast size. It believes that they're under 18, so Blank destroys the computer, effectively allowing them to enter. Once they get through, they all transform back again as they walk through a forest. They then meet Linda once again, the tour guide, who doesn't seem to recognize them at first, but still does fairly quickly. Although they want to kick her ass for kidnapping Ram and Ram a while ago in one of the previous episodes. I think I may remember her, I don't remember for sure though. She convinces them that she turned over a new leaf, so they continue on. Linda shows them to a very special beach, which is supposedly the most prosperous beach in all of R18 Island. When they arrive, they see all sorts of women in swimsuits and in the nude. Vert, Neptune, Nepgear, and Plutia decides to join them and starts having fun nude, but Blank and Noir refuses to, so they end up being forced to by their friends. However, Blank reveals that it was instead just a mirage, and Nepgear gets angry because she didn't realize that the others didn't really strip. After that, everyone is having fun on the beach, playing in the sand and playing volleyball when Linda offers them each a drink. However, when Neptune drinks it first, she starts to act like she's choking and then stands up again, seemingly perfectly fine, but then starts to have a really weird attitude. Basically, it acts like she acts like she's really embarrassed. And we actually learned that being embarrassed is actually forbidden on the island, which is interesting. Alright, hold on a sec here. Alright. They quickly find out that Linda drugged the drinks to make them shy, so luckily only one of them had to drink it to find out. And so Plutia transforms and kicks her ass in a similar fashion that she did to Arfiore in the previous episode. When we then cut back to the house where Ram, Ram, Uni, Kompa, and If are swimming in their pool. At home we have some more humorous fan service scenes, and then we cut to one of the hallways in the building where a mysterious visitor is walking in their direction. We then cut back to R18 Island where the battle is over. Plutia is transformed back once again without her memories of what just happened, it would seem, and Linda is completely transformed, for the time being anyways, because of how traumatic her punishment was. And Neptune is back to normal too, but doesn't seem to remember what happened to her not even 5 minutes ago for some reason. Linda then brings them to an area that is spraying bubbles in the air with tons of women dancing nude. Noir seems like she notices someone dancing, but it's not confirmed completely. Basically, she says that that person should have been in prison. I'm not exactly sure what she means by that just yet, though. And then we cut back to the house where the women who showed up, claimed to be Peashy's mother. When Histori leaves the room for a moment, this woman sprays Peashy with some sort of gas substance, so she will recognize her as her mother, and when Histori comes back, she actually believes it. We then cut back to the goddesses who are transformed and flying back because the whole adventure was just a wild goose chase, basically making this entire episode completely fucking pointless. When they get back, they're informed that Peashy's mother arrived for her and that Peashy wanted to leave right away. Of course, Neptune is very sad for this, calling her a stupid head, even though she's not here, so she can't hear her. We then cut to a scene with the woman calling herself Peashy's mother and that villain from one of the previous episodes. I forget what his or her name is, though. In a warehouse that the two of them enter. Apparently, this woman was working for her. The villain reveals that the woman's name is Ray Wright, and Ray is very confused as to why she even had to do that. So let me guess. Alright, let me get this straight. You kidnapped a little girl for someone who you might not even know. It's not confirmed if they know each other or not, but I'm going to take a wild guess and say they don't even know each other. Alright. Without even asking why first? You stupid bitch. Anyways, I guess it wouldn't have been any point to it anyways, because at the end she receives no answer to her question, and in fact gets ridiculed for asking it in the first place. And then that's where the episode basically ends. Oh boy, here we go. Okay, first off, I'm going to say the episode was better than last episode, definitely, but it still wasn't that great. First off, way too much fucking fan service. Like, throughout the course of the series so far, I've been able to tolerate the fan service. It wasn't great, but I was able to tolerate it, but this just went way too fucking overboard, and it really pissed me off, alright? Not to mention, it was just a misadventure, which makes the whole fucking episode pointless to begin with. The only interesting part was towards the end, where Peashy basically got kidnapped. That was like the only interesting part, and the funny thing is they don't even know that she was actually kidnapped, so it makes... I actually am kind of curious as to how they're going to find that out, alright? Also, I forgot the villain's name, but apparently he or she is back again, which is kind of interesting. But other than that, like, way too much fucking fan service. The whole episode itself, up to the very end, there was fucking pointless. Just to add on to the fan service. And yeah, it just pissed me off. All right, I'm sorry, but it just did. I mean, so it was better than last episode because last episode's plot was just dumb. And this episode's plot sounded like it could have been interesting if it wasn't a misadventure, but it just pissed me off, and it still wasn't that great. Yeah, so the series is going downhill by the segment, or by the episode, so yeah. Anyways, overall, I hope you enjoyed this review, guys. See you guys, thanks for watching, bye-bye.